Bravo! Hello! Hello, people. Seku-Senpai here. We're back for Umineko When They Cry. Make sure all my audio and stuff is good. But oh my gosh, yo! I had my my live stream was actually showing up on my screen. I was like, yo, who is this guy? It's me. I scared myself. But yo, we're back for some more Umineko. Last time we were here on Tuesday, and things are about to heat up. Battler and Furuto, with the help of Furuto and Erica, they were able to find the gold. They actually were solving the epitaph and found the gold. And knowing that they found this, there's about to be some chaos today. Who knows what's going to happen when he... Well, I mean, they're going to be arguing when he tells everyone, but who knows what's going to happen? Because given that we kind of know how this will end in a way, given what we saw in the beginning of this episode, I'm curious to see what will lead up to then and everything. Because if I recollect what we saw in the ending, there were people who were dead, right? Already? Or maybe not? I don't know. But hey, yo, what's up, Genshin Nora? How's it going? But yeah, I'm looking forward to what happens today. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting seeing that. It's going to be crazy. I can already, in my head, I already hear Ava yelling at someone. So yeah, anyways, let's get this. Let's get this going. Is everything popping up over here? Okay, good. Everything's popping up. Let me just double check my thingy, and everything should be good. Make sure all my audio is good. Oh, you didn't get notified? Oh, okay. No, it's all good. It's all good. I appreciate you still checking out after this, maybe or later on. Yeah, it was a nice stream yesterday. We checked out the what anime we'll be watching for the season, and it was really fun. Some interesting picks because I know tomorrow it literally starts. So, barking at nothing, man. My neighbor's dog barking at nothing, man. But hey, oh yo, what's up, Trollo Lorian? Yo, how's it going as well? But yeah, I'm excited for the new season to start tomorrow. Some interesting sequels, but yeah, tomorrow I might also be live tomorrow, talking about some more stuff, but I'll see how it is. Oh yeah, it's I meant to address that too. Yes, it's bright as heck outside. It's mainly, well, it's not as bright. Well, probably because the camera makes it look more bright. I usually close my blind. Well, not my blind, my curtain, because I know it usually makes it look bright here for some reason. For whatever reason, I don't know what's on my webcam. I don't know why it makes everything brighter or lights it brighter, or that's just usual cameras in general. But yeah, it's just because of the camera. That looks brighter, and because I usually close my curtain, but I have it open because it's hot. It's hot in here, and I have to get my fan blowing wind through there. So it is currently 6:50 p.m. So yeah, the sun should be setting now, but the sun usually, I mean, at this point in time, the sun has been setting at like 8 and stuff. So I mean, we'll see. I mean, yeah, as we go towards the stream, we'll see if it gets darker and stuff, because usually when I end the stream, it's still like the sun's like teeny bit there a bit, but I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with the world and the weather and all that other stuff. Is oh man. But yeah, let me get this game going. I'm actually glad too, because I actually cleaned out a bunch of stuff on my PC, so hopefully that shouldn't affect the stream either. So yes, that's what it is. Daylight savings. Yeah, that makes sense. Yo, it's Sanji. Welcome. But yeah, definitely daylight savings with that, because it's ridiculously. It makes it look like it's like. Makes it look like it's morning. Not to mention my lights on, so. Oh man. And yeah, make sure that's running. Okay. Oh. Get this running. See how far we get today. Man, excited. Did I ever beat Elden Ring? Well, about that. Actually, speaking of which, that's actually a good okay. Speaking of which, hold up a second. Let my volume loud a sec. Just want to make sure that the opening didn't play. Because the opening song gives me copyright. No, no, I did not beat Elden Ring yet. Unfortunately, I have not beaten it yet. I got busy with stuff. I just never got back to it. Like, honestly, it's been a month? When was the last time I played it? It was the end of April was the last time I played it. So, it's been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute. Hot minute. But yeah, I want to get back to streaming that soon. That's actually something I was going to talk about too. I did want to get back to streaming some other games and stuff over on Twitch, so thanks for the reminder, actually, because I did want to mention that in the stream. So yeah, I'm going to get back to it. I want to fully immerse myself this time into it, because before I was just busy. I played it here and there, but man, I didn't want to get back to it. So Elden Ring will return. I will return to Elden Ring at least. So because I want to do some more games over on Twitch too. So yeah, there'll be more games on Twitch this summer. We're gonna be gaming on Twitch this summer, so I'm excited for that. And like push myself into Elden Ring. So keeps it fresh. Okay, I see. Yeah, I always hear everyone's doing like multiple runs on that game. I think I might restart when I go back to playing it. Just because I honestly forget what happened, but but yeah, back to Umineko. Okay, so they just did the thingy. We're back into the thingy. Who's knocking on the door now? Okay, that should be good. The sudden sounds of someone banging fiercely on the door brought Natsuhi to her senses. She had probably nodded off in the study while planning how they would overcome the next day. Okay. But what could it be at a time like this? We had that thing with balancing Kimza and stuff. More importantly, the knock itself was strange. If someone had wanted to contact her, they could have just used the internal phone line. She had told them that she would be here. Realizing that something strange was going on, Natsuhi shook her head one more time, completely throwing off her drowsiness. Oh, Ava! Oh, yep. Oh boy. Yo, Natsuhi about to get the worst headache now. It was Ava's voice. What's this? Hold up. Make sure that... Okay, good, that's good. What is this? I thought I told them to lock the doors and windows of the mansion tightly after everyone left the guest house. So why is Ava here? Oh, is that big of an emergency? Natsuhi ran up to the door, responded with a small knock, and spoke through the door in a quiet voice. Oh, she's like, yo, why you in Kinzo's room? It's at night. That does sound kind of sus.
静かになさいと申し上げています。当主様が何よりも沈黙と静寂を好まれることをお忘れですか。今はそんなこと言ってる場合じゃないのよ。ご託はいいからとっととここを開けなさい。お父様を出して。当主様は先ほどお休みになられたばかりです。何のご用か存じませんが、明日私が伺います。
But I will listen to it.
あんたなんかに用はないわよ。いいからさっさとここを開けなさい。
Sometimes all one's schemes and assumptions can fall apart due to the most direct, simple, and emotional strategies. This is bad. If I open the door, Ava will probably throw herself towards the rush into the study. Yep. Now I can't even open this door. Trapped. At that moment, the phone suddenly rang. It's alright. Both the keys to the study are here. No one can open this door. Natsuhi inched away from the door and grabbed the receiver. Yo, who's calling now?
もしもし、Natsuhi です。
Oh. Yep. Oh man, yo, she can't even get out of this room though. It was Cross. His tone was strained. What in the world happened? Ooh. How are you supposed to respond to that? Oh man. Yep.
これからバトラ君が全員立ち会いのもとに黄金の場所に案内すると言っている。
主催の扉の前でエヴァさんが開けろと騒いでいます。 態の中で入ってくるかもしれません。
わかった。
Yeah, man, you gotta come
私も
through.
そこに行く。
Okay.
エヴァには構う。何もせずにそこにいるんだ。扉の前からエヴァを追い払ったら合図するから、すぐに出てきたまえ。
Okay.
いいな。
Hey. Wife, husband, working together. Teamwork. Right after that, Cross came up the staircase, accompanied by Genji. Yo, for real, Natsuhi should have just not said anything. But then Ava would probably have been knocking on the door all night. Or maybe not. Is she that crazy? A heated debate started between him and Ava. Open up. No, calm down. In the middle of that, there was a small knock as a signal. Cross had skillfully pushed Ava away from the door and distracted her. During that gap, Natsuhi slipped out the study and quickly shut the door. Ava noticed this and her face twisted in disappointment. But the heavy sound of the auto lock had already rung out and the door had been sealed. Ooh, you know, she is salty as heck.
お父様にご報告するのが筋でしょうが、それとも何？お父様にはそれを伝えられない都合でもあるの？
They know.
親父殿からも
they find you sus.
床についたら何があっても起こすなと厳命されていてね。それを守るのは当主代行の務めだよ。そうだろう、源氏さん。
He's like, yo, Genji, help me out.
はい、親方様のお休みは何があろうとも乱すことは許されません。
それも時と場合によるでしょうが、だって気分が解けたのよ。お父様には真っ先に知る権利があるわ。もちろん明日当主様には全てを私たちから報告します。それが当主代行である私たちの役目ですから。そんなの知らないわよ。いいからこの扉を開けなさいよ。お父様に会わせなさい。お父様、お父様、聞こえていますか？エヴァです。ここを開けてください。
Oh.
話してよ。痛い。
Dang, yo,
私
Cross.
たちが話を聞くと言っている。やかましく扉を叩くな。
Yo, he had to show physical force. Whoa. Use weapons to break her arm.
話しなさいよ。
クラウス様。
Yeah, dang.
親方様がお休み中と申し上げています。
Riled up, man.
これ以上はお控えください。
Yo, look at Ava. It's like, what the heck? She's like, for real, dude, Cross. When Genji spoke formally, the two ceased their scuffle. Yep. It seemed that Genji, the one who had spoken for Kinzo since they were very young, still possessed a high and air of dignity strong enough to handle both Cross and Ava. Nice, Genji. Yeah, get these children out of here. Ava put her argument aside for the time being. She could worry about that after seeing the gold with her own eyes. After all, not even she had yet seen it for herself. Natsuhi and the others had managed to deal with this crisis somehow. Oh yeah, what was that with Ava and... Yo, come on, Ava. Slacking. Wherever the demons move, which would sneer upon their efforts, was already in motion. Okay.
バトラが碑文の謎を解いたというのか。
Yeah, we got this smart battler in this one.
エリカなる娘にだいぶ助けられたとはいえ、たどり着いたのはバトラーだった。
Yeah.
エリカは黄金鏡の権利を放棄すると宣言している。
Okay.
よって
Therefore, Battler's the one, yeah.
黄金鏡にたど
But
り
she
着
said, yo, I just wanted to prove everyone that I could do this, as well as shove this in Jessica's face, and then she wants to see the whole family crumble down and everything. That's messed up.
とは実に面白いものです。
She's ready to see the dominoes fall.
たどり着くとは。
どうする
Battler
の
would
です
be, yeah.
ベアト。碑文の謎を解く者が現れたなら、儀式は取りやめる約束ですよ。
True, true, so.
そういう取り決めであったな。
そういう取り決めだ。
バトラ様はどうやら黄金鏡の主となられるおつもりがないようだ。我らの主となる者はもはや現れぬようですな。
Dang.
それもまた運命です。ゴールドスミス教とのご縁で 人間の世界に権限して数十年。とても楽しい時間でしたよ。
Okay.
やだ、リーア。ババク。
Yeah, you sound like for real sounding
で
old.
どうするわけ？
I mean, I guess in a way
リーチェ
they
とゴール
are.
ドスミスのルールなら、バトラーが碑文を解き、主となることを選ばない以上、私たちはこれでお役御免じゃないの？
That's how I would look at it. Yo, I'm free to do what I want.
そうであるが、私に未練は何もない。いつでも呼吸とすげ蹴落とされる覚悟はできておるぞ。
Okay.
待て、そうはいかぬ。そなたの心残りはないかもしれぬが、わらわはまだ
she's
ナ
still
ツヒ
loyal
に
to
仕えておる。
Okay.
バトラが碑文を解いたからお役御免では、あまりに義理を書くというもの。
Okay, I see where she's going
魔
with
女は
that. That
契
makes
約違
sense.
反を許さぬが、不義理もまた許されぬ。
でしょうな。親族会議を終えるまではきっちり
Until
と
it
お
ends.
使い
Okay.
するべ
They
きで
said,
しょう。
yo, two more, one more, like a few more days, and then we
と
could
な
be
る
out.
と、ゴールドスミス教ももうしばらくはお役御免とはなりませんね。
So you gotta stick
無
around,
事に親
Kinzo.
族会議を乗り越
You
え、
can't go to
せ
a
めて
Kyokitas
ナツヒ
or
様にお
whatever.
別れの挨拶と、もしできるなら、これまでの努力をねぎらわれるべきかと。
あれもよく具足を支えてきたものよ。
貴様など片刃をもがれた打天使ではないか。揃わぬ翼なら置き土産に捨てていけ。
それもよかろう。夏日ならば我が翼を背負うに
Yep,
ふさ
Natsuhi
わ
may
しい
just be
かもし
worthy.
しかし
Are you worthy?
ここか褒美は用意した。無事にこの試練を乗り越えてみよう。
Okay.
夏日
See how Natsuhi does with this. Rooting for Natsuhi in this. Close this up. Okay, and what's this right here? What's about to go down? Is they showing them the gold, or... The mountain of gold left everyone speechless. Yep, okay, so now everyone saw it. Seeing is believing. Regardless of how strongly they had believed in its existence, no one could look at this much real gold and not be shocked. Right beneath their feet.
信じられん。おやつめ。
He wasn't joking. The gold's real, man. Everyone was stunned by the gold. The first one to break the silence and jump around in ecstasy was Hideyoshi. Of course, dude was hype. Letting out an excited laugh, he clung to the wall of gold, and he left the cold, hard touch of it all over his cheek. Yo, for real.
こりゃすごいで。ほんまもんやで。
Dude, I'd probably have the same reaction if I saw that much gold that was literally in the basement the whole time, like, or just within the compound or whatever. If we have all this, Ava talking about we all of a sudden. Yo. Yo, sisterly love right here? Okay. I have all the people I inspired to go to Ava, okay. Ava and Rosa started walking towards each other at the, oh. Go back there. What was that? What did they do? Hold up. Ava and Rosa started walking towards each other at the same time and hugged each other as they broke down crying. Ecstasy and shock, wonders and sighs. After stepping forward in front of the pile of gold that caused these mixed emotions, Erica spoke as though she were an announcer in some show. Huh. Congrats, everyone. I mean, that's kind of nice.
脱帽だわ。この島に来て 丸一日さえ過ごしてない
Within a single day, indeed.
気分を解いてしまうなんて。
一日で解けないなら何日をかけようとも解けません。
Oh, okay.
灰色の
Confident right there. She said, hey, I couldn't do one day.
ま
Then
ば
it's
たきする以
unsolvable.
上の時間を必要としませんので。
Those good old gray
そし
cells.
て私一人ではこの謎を解くことはできませんでした。
Also had Battler there too.
バトラさんの功績もどうか称えてあげてください。皆さん
True. Oh, but how does he feel about this? Does he know about what's about to go
私
down?
はこの発見を放棄します。推理が正しかったことが証明されただけでもう満足していますので、
Oh.
黄金発見の功績のすべてをバトラさんに譲りたいと思います。
And she's
私は
being
ここに
genuine
お
with
りま
that
すが
too, so.
以後はいないものとしてどうぞお話をお続きください。
Oh, as though I'm not here.
バトラさん
Oh
は
boy.
いとこの皆さんに気づかれぬように、大人の皆さんだけを呼び出しました。
Yo, for real, yeah, I like that too.
それが
It's
意
like
味
you
する
see
と
the
ころ
name,
はただ
but
一
you can only mean one thing.
つ。
What?
皆さんに本当の親族会議を開いていただきたいからに他にあ
Yep,
りませ
the
ん。
true family conference. Oh, snap.
エリカ、勝手に仕切るんじゃね
Oh, he said,
これは失
just
礼
say
しま
you're
した。
welcome. Oh, snap.
それでは
Said too much.
議事の進行役を譲ります。
Facilitator.
では誰に？
Oh, snap. Shrugging, Erica looked at everyone. After a short period of silence, Ava, of course, Ava made the first move. I knew it was going to be Ava to make the first move. Man, and hey, that's a smart move. Be the first one.
昼間の取り決め、全員忘れてないでしょうね。
Oh boy. Snakes. We're about to see some.
あ
Oh boy.
あ、4人で25億ずつを山分けだ。そして次期当主にはさらに100億。
お待ちなさい。黄金の発見が次期当主を決めるなどと誰が決めたのですか？
おっと、そうはいかんで、夏日さん。
Oh, he said, Natsuhi, watch yourself.
これまでずっとそれを前提に話を進めてきたはずやで。今さらそれは白々しいとちゃうんか？
そうだわ。
Oh.
使用人の誰かが気分を解いてしまって次期当主を名乗るかもしれないって怯えてたのは夏日姉さんじゃない。
Huh.
どこにもそうだという明記はないがね。
卑劣感。私たち全員はそういう認識だったでしょうが。
Oh,
そうだぜ
snap.
兄貴。今さら手のひらを返そうってのか？
That is kind of
明
messed
文
up.
化されてなくて
Man,
も
but hey.
それは間違いなく私たち
That's a lot of
の
money.
共通認識だったはず。
Huh.
話にもならないとおっしゃるのはどうなのかしら。
True. I mean, if it's
当
obviously
主
known
様の
within
碑文を
everyone,
勝手に
then
解釈されるのは困ります。黄金を見つけたらそのものが次期当主になるとどこに記されているというのです。当主様の碑文は当主様が決めたもの。皆さんに決めつける権利などありません。
夏日、落ち着きな
Natsuhi
さ
about to go off.
これが落ち着けるというのですか？確かに碑文を解いた功績は素晴らしいと思います。
Oh, yeah, good props to
バトラ
Battler.
君にも何かの見返りがあっても良いとは思います。
Some kind of
し
reward.
かしそれが半分というのは明らかに逸脱していますし、それ以上に
Dang.
発見者だから
Yeah,
次期
even
当
though
主
he's
と
the
いう
one
論
who
法は
discovered
なお
it,
まかり
like,
ておりません。
along with Erica? Like,
卑怯だわ夏日姉さん。今日の昼間にしてた話と全然違う。
yo, everyone's showing different faces now.
同感
We
だぜ。
flip right there.
明文化されてなくても、碑文を解いたやつが次期当主になるってのは俺たちの不分律で最前提だったはずだ。それをこの土壇場でごちゃごちゃ言い出すのはフェアじゃねえぜ。ああ、フェアじゃねえ。
とにかくこの黄金はお父様の黄金です。
The father was dead?
お父様の許可なく勝手に分配を決めていいものではありません。
Oh, boy.
そらない。そら卑怯やで、夏日さん。
Huh?
わしらその話を延々と昼間にしたんやで。昼間の話を全部チャラや言うんか。
Ooh, is it
そら
Natsuhi?
あんまりやで。
Are you saying we waste our time with
多
this?
数決で決めればいいのよ。
Huh?
黄金を発見したバトラ君が次期当主。 私も夫も意義はないわ。ルドルフたちは？ローザは？
Oh boy, yep. The majority vote. It is going as expected.
バトラ君は非分に選ばれた正当な跡継ぎよ。不満ならお父様に直接聞けばいいんだわ。
Oh yeah, why don't you ask Kinzo?
夏日姉さんの言った通り、非分の謎を出題したのはお父様。そしてこの黄金の本来の持ち主もお父様。だったらお父様に話を聞くべきじゃないのかしら。バトラ君という発見者はどう扱われるのか。それについて決めていいのはお父様だけのはずだわ。
They got nothing to say.
それは。
Yep.
だから落ち着けと言ったのだ。
ローザとキリエさんの言う通りだわ。お父様に聞きましょうよ、お父様に。もはやね、兄さんたちの出番じゃないのよ。
Yo, for real, like, it's just. Are the other cousins there too? Just spectating this, like, man.
ほんまの親族会議を始めようやないか。眠いから明日にしろっちゅう問題に見えまっか。
Is this because he's tired? Yeah.
Oh,
man, it's interesting. Hideyoshi like be this aggressive. Man. Dang. Okay.
親族会議っていつもこういうのなんですか？
Well.
腹の中で
yeah, he hasn't been around,
いつも
so.
こうなのでしょうね。
Well, he
どうも
knew it was
こ
going to
の
go
場は
down.
金蔵さんじゃない
Not
と
so
収
well.
められなくなるみたい。
Looks like they won't be able to. Yep.
子供の喧嘩に余命あとわずかと宣告されてる今になってもまだ呼び出されるなんて
Crazy,
どうい
right?
う気持ちかしらね。それを想像いいえ推理するのもおつもりのです。
She's like, she found herself a mystery to solve right there. She's like, yo, figuring out how he feels. The parents ignored Battler and Erica and kept yelling at each other on and on. Even though Battler had more or less imagined that this sort of thing happened behind the scenes, this is the first time he had seen it. Yep. He had suspected it since 6 years ago, and he'd been able to get a pretty good idea of what this was like by the darkened expressions on his parents' faces when this time of year drew near. However, this argument his relatives were having right before his eyes was much more, it's ugly, that's a perfect way to put it, ugly than he had imagined. He was very glad that he called the adults here without letting, without letting the cousins catch any wind of this. But, seeing the map like this, man, ugly, disgust. Oh, man. Man. Perhaps because everyone was tired out from this seemingly endless argument, they took a short break. It was decided that this family conference inside the Golden Land should be moved over to the mansion. Yep, let's get out of this basement. This place had been gorgeous, like a VIP room, but there's no ventilation and it's a little cold. It wasn't well suited for a long conversation. Yep, okay. They thought of the possibility that someone might carry the gold away while their backs were turned, but it wasn't as if anyone could manage much with just a human's hand and a small amount of time when they had 10 tons of gold to deal with. For real. Like, in fact, it even seemed as though having this mountain of gold in the background was robbing them of the ability to make sound decisions. So they agreed to return to the mansion, in part so they could regain their composure and continue the conference more ruthlessly. They said, yo, we can't think straight in here. We have to go somewhere else so we're more mad. Oh, man. That is another thing he could have done. That is true. He could have just said that. Man. She said, I'm going to bed now. If I'm staying up for this, it's not worth it. Well then, I will retire for the night.
Oh, 悪いな。気を使わせちまって。
あなたへのお礼は明日改めてさせてちょうだい。
Look at them all acting all kind of after that display.
恥ずかしいところを見せてごめんなさい。
Embarrassing side of you.
あなたは辞退すると言ったけど、私たちは あなたへの感謝の気持ちを込めて第一発見者の一人にふさわしい分け前を用意させていただくわねえ兄さん。
君ほどの人我々の事情は察してくれると思う。
20 billion yen in gold wasn't something they wanted out in the open. They didn't want an outsider like Erica telling people about that. Oh, that's true. Huh. Of course, Erica had already deduced that much. She wore an unpleasant smile on her face, as though she understood all too well.
私のことはお気になされなくて結構です。もちろん口外する気もありません。したところで証拠を示せる限り誰も信じないでしょうし。
It's hard to be like, yo, they got 20 billion yen of gold. It's like,
今夜
for
は
real?
良いものを見せてもらいました。
If someone told me that they had 20 billion yen of gold or a bunch of gold in their basement,
大福でしたので
I'd be skeptical too.
私はこれでもう十分です。
I'd be curious though. Like, give me a bar. Oh man, that is so true. She legit only solved it to spite Jessica, and we're seeing the results as such. Wow. Getting to see the gold was the feast for the eyes. Of course not. From Erica's dark nature, it was easy to guess what she was happy about seeing. I thought of telling her to get the hell out of here already, but I wanted out myself. Yep. I tried to head back to the guest house along with Erica. However, curious son grabbed my shoulder. What she gotta say? I feel you, Battler, man. I just felt that. I feel how he feels, man. I'd be so mad. I'll be so mad to be dragged into this. Oh, man. Dang, he can't even get... Yeah, as a real successor, I want to sleep.
お父さんにお目通りして早くそれを認めてもらわんとな。
それを決めていいのは当主様だけです。勝手なことを決めないように。
マトラ、面倒だろう
I like how they're ignoring
がもう
Natsuhi.
しばらく付き合ってもらうぜ。お前は
It is a pain.
黙ってうつむいてる。バカ。
好きにし
It would have been easy to say that I had no interest in being successor to the head. But I was sure that it would only add more oil. Yeah, if you said that, oh man, this is good. Man, there's no easy decision. Even if I hadn't been ordered to keep quiet, I was certain that staying shut up like a clam was the wisest thing to do. True. In that case, would it really be so bad if they just let me go back to the guest house? Dad put his arm firmly around my shoulder and I told him to quit crowding me. But it didn't make any difference. Or battling, man. I feel you. I'm getting a headache thinking about
気
it.
分解けたな。お前のお望み通りに。
Hey, what up, Bito?
お前がゲームマスターの時にはいつも手紙が来るもんな。
But no
気分を
letters,
解い
yeah.
てみろ。解けなきゃ皆殺しだ。みたいな。
Why does she want to make us solve the riddle of the epitaph? By solving it, we found a mountain of gold. Yippee for us! And what about Bito? Does she gain anything by having us find the gold? Or does she lose something?
チェスパン思考にのっとる限り、人は自らが損になる一手は打たない。だからお前は、俺たちが碑文を解くことで何か得をするはずなんだ。
Indeedo.
いいえ、碑文を誰かが解くことで、この子が何かを得ることはありません。
Huh.
いいのか、こいつに断らずに、勝手に赤き真実を使っちまっても。
Virgilia, I do what I want. What's she gonna do?
この子もそれを望むでしょうから。
Virgilia, who had suddenly appeared there, gave me an immediate answer to my question with the red truth.
俺は過去に、ベアトが碑文を俺たちに解かせようとするのは、黄金の隠し場所を見つけさせて横取りするためだと推理したことがある。それも違うのか？
So she can snatch it up. Find it, because I don't know where it is.
第一、もともと黄金鏡の黄金はこの子のもの。見つけさせる必要も横取りする必要も何もありません。
Yep. Okay. Of course. Bito is Beatrice the Golden Witch. She's the master of the Golden Land and the Ushiromiya family alchemist. That makes total sense. However, if that's true, that makes me even more confused. Even if someone exposes the answer to the epitaph's riddle, Bito gains nothing. No, to the contrary, she might get her own gold stolen away.
なら、ますますにわからない。非分殺人はわかる。後ろ宮家に対する復讐とか、あるいは魔女としての力を復活させるための儀式とか、こいつなりの理由や目的があってやってるんだろうからな。だが、非分の謎を解けというのにはどんな意味があるんだ。俺たちが解いても解かなくても、こいつに得るものは何もない。つまり、ベアトにとって非分の謎が解ける解けないという問題は無価値なものなんだ。
Yeah, I see where you're going at battle with that.
そうですね。非分の謎が解けても解けなくても、この子にとって得るものは何もありません。
解けても解けなくても何の意味もない。それはつまり、非分の謎自体がベアトにとって無価値だということになるんじゃないのか。
Have no value. Interesting. Yeah, that's
そうですね。非分の謎はこの子にとって何の意味もない。ならばそれを無価値であると極論しても言い返せないかもしれませんね。
Oh. What do you make? Yeah. I forgot I had auto on for a second. Okay, what was that? Okay, Bito, why are you making us solve this riddle of the epitaph? Okay. If we likened the witch you are to the pair of scales, the epitaph's murders lie on one plate, and the riddle of the epitaph lies on the other plate. Because she's saying that she'll stop the epitaph murders if the epitaph is solved, in other words, the epitaph murders and the epitaph riddle are worth the same to Bito. I follow that. Like two sides on a balanced scale. That means the epitaph's riddle and massacring the entire family have equal significance from Bito's point of view. But Virgilia responded with the red text. Regardless of whether the epitaph is solved or not, Bito has nothing to gain. Nothing to gain from the epitaph, yeah? If she has nothing to gain, this epitaph's riddle is meaningless and immaterial to Bito. She has nothing to gain from that, okay. In that case, how much are the epitaph murders, which lie on the other side of the scales, and are equal to the epitaph's riddle in value, worth to her? Think, don't stop thinking. The epitaph murders and solving the riddle of the epitaph have equal worth. As long as the epitaph murders, which are Bito's goal each time, have this single way that they can't be stopped, a way that she decided on herself, both are worth the same to her. X equals Y. And whether the epitaph's riddle is solved or not, Bito gains nothing. Y equals 0. So in this case, what is X? Okay, I see how you did that with math. Okay. To gain from that.
おいおい。それじゃ、非分殺人もまた、無意味、無価値ってことになっちまうぞ。
Yeah.
こいつは、ご丁寧に予告状を出し、非分に沿うように順番にバレないように次々殺していくというめちゃくちゃ面倒な手間を払ってまで毎度あのおかしな連続殺人を起こしてるんだぜ。その意味がなくなっちまうじゃねえか。
I flipped over the chessboard many times before Bito's moves. It's one of Bito's moves. This was always the first place I stumbled. The significance of the epitaph murders. Why did she have to commit serial murders in a way that reproduced the witch's epitaph? If she wanted to kill the whole Ushiromiya family for revenge, it would be much simpler, safer, and more reliable if she just put poison into their dinner. Or else went around killing people one by one in the middle of the night while they were sleeping. However, in the first evening, Bito sends us a letter that sounds like an advance notice, and then carries out what could be broadly described as a 3-part serial murder. killing 6 people on the first twilight, 2 on the second, and 5 on the fourth and later. We aren't fools. Once the first murders occur, we barricade ourselves in somewhere and stave off any further murders. Yep, the usual, thingy. Pattern. Furthermore, we quickly suspect a culprit among us and start analyzing each other's alibis. Yep. As the victims increase, the number of suspects decrease automatically, and both Vito's chances of completing the serial murders drop closer and closer to 0. Everything about the epitaph's murders is full of useless ornament and empty decoration. That only seems to make it harder for her to carry out the serial murder.
こいつは自分で自分の目的の難易度を上げている。
そうなりますね。おかしな子ですね。
Very strange.
知ってるか？ミステリー小説ではこういう非分殺人のことを見立て殺人。
Yep.
この見立て殺人が行われる理由を俺は3つに大別できると思ってる。
伺いましょう。
一つは非分に沿うことで証拠やアリバイをごまかし犯人に利するためだ。死んだふりをして自らを犠牲者に混ぜる古典もこれだし、非分に沿わずに殺人を犯し、その発生順序を誤解させることによってアリバイを作るのもこれだ。
なるほど。非分に沿って儀式的に殺していると見せかけて、実は自分に利するように誘導しているわけです。
Okay, I see where he's going with that. Interesting. Does sound interesting.
俺たちのゲームでは死者が赤でとどめを刺されちゃう。ゲーム版の世界ではごまかせても、ここから俯瞰する俺たちはごまかせない。だからこの最も王道となる目的は違うってことになる。
となると、見立て殺人を行うあと2つの理由は？
一つは偶然。意図せずして行った連続殺人がたまたま非分をなぞる形になり、目撃者たちが勝手に見立て殺人だと誤解するケース。人間はどのような事象にも因果性を求めてしまう。きっとそうに違いないと思ったら、そう見えてしまう生き物だ。
なるほど。それも面白いですね。ですが、どうでしょう。この子のゲームでは、第一の番の殺人以前に常に事件が予告されている。そして、明白に非分殺人を遂行していることを示す手紙や状況証拠が次々に見つかるはずです。
We see the gouge the head, gouge the stomach, gouge the knee, gouge the this, gouge.
偶然なんかじゃない。ベアトは初めから非分殺人を見せつける目的で遂行している。俺たちが誤解してるんじゃない。これは明白な見立て殺人なんだ。だからこの理由でもない。
となると、最後の一つの理由になりますね。
最後の一つは見せ、つまり恐怖だ。非分に沿うということは殺人が連続するという明白な予告だ。生存者たちは続くに違いない殺人にずっと怯えさせられることになる。
つまりこの子は死の恐怖を味わわせるために非分殺人を。
That's to make them feel fear.
割と収まりがいい。グロい遺体損壊も悪趣味な装飾もすべて俺たちを怖がらせるための演出。
Those were quite grotesque, to say the least. Like, man. Yeah, what was that? Huh? Terrifying to whom? I assume the participants. Or, after hearing that one line, Virgilia spoke so casually, my thoughts clouded over once again. Is it really enough? To just use the vague word as us? But did everyone feel that? Or, there are a lot of people in the Ushiromiya family. There's the head and the one who holds the rank of his successor, grandfather and Uncle Cross. Our parents who have some pull in the business world. On the other side, you have the young cousins, who usually visit at most once a year, and the unfortunate servants who just happen to be on duty. Even if the culprit hated all of us, they probably didn't hate all of us equally. Yeah. In other words, they might have made it clearly which of those among us they particularly wanted to take revenge against and terrify. If we liken this to a kid eating dessert, isn't the strawberry on top of a shortcake the part you should eat last? The best for last, right? No one tells you that you shouldn't eat it first, but our mentality leads us into saving it for later. Eat the strawberry first and then strawberry shortcake? Never. That's a war crime right there.
俺の好きな小説の好きなキャラが言ってたぜ。そいつの親しい者から先に殺していって、悲しみを味わわせてから最後に本人を殺すってのが、一番恐ろしい殺し方なんだ。みたいなこと。
Doesn't make them feel sense, yeah. Especially if we're gonna grotesque way, then yeah.
じゃあ、最後まで生き残る奴が最もベアトに恨まれてるって論法になるぜ。しかし、毎回殺される人間も順序もめちゃくちゃじゃねえか。最終的には死ぬにせよ。最後の晩まで毎回生き残る奴なんて。
But if you go through looking for someone who lives at the end through the... That's why every time there's... There's only me.
先に赤で申し上げておきましょう。バトラ君は犯人ではありませんよ。バトラ君は誰も殺してはいません。
Yeah, come on, man. Bally, don't second guess yourself, man.
これは全てのゲームにおいて言えることです。
You're not the one.
ならなおのこと。俺ってことになる。
Even more likely that's about me.
こいつが非分殺人を起こす唯一の理由は、俺に見せつけるためってことになる。
Yep, shows them to you. Bito's always making out that she chooses who to kill next by roulette. But I'm an exception. The only exception. Though she does kill me in the end, she always leaves me until the very last moment. In all these supposedly random games, there's only this one unchanging constant. True.
こいつは俺に復讐を、俺に恐怖を味わわせるために非分殺人を行っているというのか。
Maybe.
それは違います。
Yeah, I don't feel like it's to say to make you feel fear. It's yeah, I don't know. I feel like that it's not going that way either. I think that also relates to that thing that we had in the end of last episode.
なら、やはり非分殺人には意味なんてないことになる。非分の謎も無意味。対となる非分殺人も無意味。X イコール Y イコール0。だが、その無意味をこいつは明白に俺に対して見せつけている。無意味なことと同価値の何を俺に求めているんだ。わからね
Hey,
え。
relax, man. Don't boil your head with this.
こいつが何を考えてるのか、俺にはわからねえ。
The more I think, the less I understand. Dang. Beatrice, the fickle witch who committed a meaningless, worthless serial murder. Even the riddle of the epitaph, which she made into a condition to suspend the serial murders, is meaningless, immaterial, and she's thrusting this meaningless, immaterial thing in front of my face. What is it that you want from me? Or else, what is it that you want to give me? My idea that Bito must have been taking revenge on me has already been refuted in Read by Virgilia. Yep. Both X and Y, both epitaph murders and the epitaph's riddle mean nothing to Bito. X equals Y equals 0. However, since she's thrusting that in front of me, it must have some meaning. She presents us a pair of scales representing If you don't solve the epitaph, I'll carry out the epitaph murders. Neither the epitaph murders nor the epitaph riddle have any significance by themselves. However, it becomes meaningless when she puts both halves on the scales and thrusts it out before us. No, before me. In other words, it should be like this. X equals 0, Y equals 0, X plus Y are more than 0. The scales with meaningless, weightless things on both sides. However, it has weight itself, and it gives the rest meaning. Playing. Huh. Janken, rock, paper, scissors, is the most immediate method of randomly determining a winner and a loser. You usually bet some sort of privilege on the outcome. But kids often do rock, paper, scissors just to play, without betting anything in particular. It's true. Unless you bet something, nothing but the feeling of joy or disappointment will come from a win or a loss. In other words, the two sides of the scale, winning and losing, are both valueless. However, the very act of seeing which way it will tip is the reason kids play rock, paper, scissors. Quantum mechanics. After all, the kids are enjoying the communication that surrounds the game, and they aren't purely interested in the value of winning or losing. They aren't overly concerned about who wins and who loses. Imagine that's true. Okay, Virginia. Never for the sake of pleasure. She didn't do it for pleasure, and she didn't do it to make anyone feel fear. No pleasure, no fear, or no reason. The reason wasn't pleasure, and the reason wasn't for fear. She has nothing to gain from the epitaph murders. She doesn't care whether they succeed or fail. It's almost like a random game kids would play. Yep. Of course it isn't meaningless. Some meaning definitely exists. In the previous game, she urged me to remember my sin of 6 years ago, yeah? Was that meaningless too? No. No, no, it wasn't, man. There's no way that's the case. I mean, why else would she mention it? Like, I clearly remember the serious look in her eyes at that moment. Virtually, I didn't have a clue what she was talking about, and she was devastated. That's right. At that time, I'm sure she went so far as to say that the crime wouldn't have occurred if I hadn't come. Yep, she did. Your presence, man. Look at him smiling. I laughed softly and poked Bito lightly on the head, then patted her head. Hey! Haha, Visual what to do. He's only just started. Oh, let me finish this part. Don't hit us with a... I was hoping they weren't going to do that. They like wait for the last second to do at your face, man. According to quantum mechanics, individual particles of lower levels have no weight. They gain a background from combining. Okay, I follow how that correlates with this. Ballard did nothing but gaze lazily out the window. Man, the fighting between the relatives continued without end. Okay, hold up. I'm curious. Nothing else is my tips though, right? Yeah, nothing, okay. Do I have anything else? Yeah, except the characters. Okay. Chapter 8. At first, the relatives had crowded around the study. However, no matter how much they knocked, the master of the study did not answer even once. Ava and the several others said that they should open the door with the second key, the one Genji held. However, in a flash of brilliance, Natsuhi said that Kinzo had been in a particularly bad mood and had taken back the key he previously given Genji, meaning that he now has both keys himself. She claimed that it was therefore impossible for them to open the door. Oh! After she promised to let them meet Kinzo tomorrow morning, no matter what, they finally returned to the dining hall. But of course, the argument continued on even after they returned there. Man, imagine arguing in the middle of the night. Ava's group wanted a lot of cash very soon, and they were trying to threaten Cross somehow and make him pay up. Apparently, Battler solving the epitaph would threaten Cross's position as the next head, had given the others a huge tailwind, giving them an advantage. On the other side, Cross and Natsuhi denied the very basis of their argument, claiming that it had never been specifically specified that ownership of the gold would be handed over to the person who solved the epitaph. They asserted that it hadn't been hidden gold, but Kinzo's stockpile. And it was still Kinzo's property, which meant that it was only natural for it to be distributed after Kinzo's death with the rest of the inheritance. After hearing this, Ava's group once again started demanding that they be allowed to see Kinzo. It had probably been clear as day from the beginning. The sibling fight could only be settled by Kinzo. It was obvious that this confrontation was between Ava's group, which wanted fast cash, and Cross, who was hiding his lack of funds but still didn't need money right away. As Ballard listened vaguely to this exchange, he marveled at how, despite their usual affluent airs, they were all surprisingly deep in debt.
それもさっき聞いた話ではないかね。もういい。休止しよう。お互い一度した話を延々と繰り返している。
Circles and circles, man. Almost midnight. Yeah, time for a perfect break. The atmosphere relaxed just a bit.
同感や。お互い一服するのも悪くないで。ほな以後は議事を取りながらにせんか。言った言わないはもうごめんや。
まったくだわ。下の根も乾かないうちにそんなことは言ってないなんて。平気で言い出す兄さんとの会議に議事録は必須だものね。
Man.
文字じゃ書くのも手間だし、インチキだっていくらでもできるわ。
So
兄貴、こいつは動くのか。
What thing worked?
オーディオセットか。
Oh, tape set. Okay, they're gonna record it. Okay, there you go. They can't change
それ
that.
ならば議事を手書きせずに済むし、捏造もできんね。互いにとって公平だ。
勝手にいじらないように。当主様の大切な音楽テープですよ。
These precious music tapes. Yo, Natsuhi, relax. You know he ain't gonna hear that no more. Do you like the music, Natsuhi? Man, the dignified tape sets had a sense of weight to it, which matched the majestic dining hall perfectly. Man. I so focused on Kinzo. I read about to say "Oh Beatrice" for some reason, but it's "Oh Pleasant." I know I got Beatrice from Pleasant. On pleasant Sunday mornings, it would sometimes be used to play famous tapes or records. However, right now it was the most neutral and partial conference record keeper around. Rudolph fished randomly around the cassette rack, searched for a blank tape. And every time he found some tape with sophisticated music, he would chuckle at how pompous it was. Pompous. Man.
失礼します。
They basically had battlers sit around here for
お呼びでしょうか。
nothing, man.
休憩
Just
す
to
る
be
ことにな
there.
ったの。
The presence.
申し訳ないんだけど、何か飲み物を用意してもらえないかしら。ビスケットみたいなものがあってもいいかもね。
Some biscuits? Heck yeah.
かしこまりました。すぐにご用意
Like, are they
いたします。
biscuits? Like the dough, or are we talking about cookies? Because I know some people refer to biscuits as cookies, or cookies as biscuits.
風邪薬あるかしら。さっきから熱っぽくて。
You've been feeling a little feverish. Makes all this arguing get into your head?
なら無理は良くないな。休みたまえ。
ローザがいいと思うなら好きに休めば、私ならこの大事な会議中に風邪くらいじゃ休まないけどね。
A similar thing like this happened before.
そうかね。私は遠慮なく休ませてもらうよ。
For real.
夏日、私たちも少し休まないかね。
はい、あなた。
Sensing that he meant to have a strategy meeting, Natsuhi stood up. Even if that wasn't the case, she was so desperate to get out of the room, even for a moment, that she'd have taken any excuse. For real. This room is probably suffocating, man. Like, bad vibes. Cross and Natsuhi left the dining hall, and the tension in that room truly relaxed. Now what? Yeah, for
バ
real.
トラ君もお疲れ様。最悪の気分でしょ。
For real, what you made me say? You brought me into this.
大人の
But then
階段
again,
だ
he
と
kind of he already knew, so. But
俺は
he wasn't
いつま
prepared
で
for
こ
it
こ
to
で
be
ボ
this
サーっ
bad.
としてりゃいいんすかね。
さあ、バトラ君は私たちのおみこしだからね。
Huh.
眠い？
Very.
古典の授業程度には。
今夜はどうせお父さんは現れないでしょう。クラウス兄さんたちが戻ってきたら、バトラ君はもう戻っていいかと提案してみるわ。
よろしく頼みます。
A light knock, and the faint sound of china clinking together could be heard. Yep. Genji with the... Oh, no, Shannon, hey! What's up? I did not expect her to show up.
お茶をお持ちいたしまし
And
た。
Cannon. Shannon and Cannon had come by with a serving cart. A pleasant smell of black tea relieved their tension all the more.
よ、話は聞いてるか？
何のお話でしょうか。
僕たちは何も。
よしなさい、ルドルフ。教える必要は何もないわ。
Dang, Ava, relax.
僕たちは家具ですから。
Gosh, I forgot he said that. I forgot they talked about Cannon. It's been a while, man. Somewhat, but
親族
We're back
会議
to
のお
this?
話には関心があり
Oh
ません。
man, we are furniture. Here we go.
そうね。それが賢い返事だわ。
And what if I didn't get tell that answer? What are you gonna do? Yell at me? Jeez.
深夜勤なの？
Oh,
大変ね。
そういうお役目ですので、ご用命いただけて嬉しいです。
yeah.
そうかもしれんな。
You could be right
する
there.
こともなくぼんやり起きてる方がしんどいもんや。わしも下積み時代に倉庫番とかやったことあるんやけどな。ただ起きてるだけでもこれがとにかく辛いんや。
It is. Huh.
戦争直後はな、物資泥棒とかゾロゾロおってな、警察も頼れん時代でとにかく物騒でな。
Huh. Hideyoshi was particularly proud of how he had started with nothing and built up asses by diverting goods from the American army. Once the subject came up, Hideyoshi tended to get pretty talkative. The relatives knew this and were greatly relieved to see that a perfect sacrifice had come up.
バレたら一大事や。
He got a story to tell.
アメさんは怖いで。牛肉食っとるからパワーも桁違いや。
Because of all that beef they eat. Yo.
捕まったら最後銃殺刑かデスバイハンギングや。わかるか？デスバイハンギング。それでな、わしは思うたんや。肉や。日本人はもっと肉を食わなあかん。 そしてわしは胃袋をつかむ商売を始めなあかんという典型を受けたんや。
Okay, interesting. Okay, that's kind of interesting story. How he gathered, how from seeing that and everything, he got inspiration to start this business and whatnot. Okay.
それは大変なお仕事ですね。
よしなさいよあなた。戦後生まれにいくら話しても当時の苦労なんか伝わらないわよ。
またわしの悪い癖が出てしもうたな。
Definitely not an easy task.
すまんすまん。
Hey, no props to Yoshi. Just sharing your
お茶をしていきなさいよ。
past days.
たまには自分たちがどういう紅茶を入れてるか、その下で学ぶのもいい勉強になると思うわ。
Here's Rosa. What you gonna instill us with some tea knowledge?
お気遣いなく。
少し付き合ってくれよ。大人ばかりで。俺も
He's like, nah, please, someone around my age. Please.
そら、次期当主のバトラ様のご命令だぞ。そこに座って、俺たちとしばらくお茶しろい。それで、最近の出来事とか趣味とか、見てるテレビとか、若者の今の流行りとか、そういう話をしやがれ。
Cannon probably wants nothing to do with this
俺たちの
conversation,
勉強に
man.
なるからね。
He looks so done, and he hasn't even said anything. That's his default face, too. Oh, man.
明暗ね。ほら、二人とも座って。
Yo, facts. Yoshi be like that.
そして話題に飢えた私たちの生贄になってちょうだい。
そうやな。若い
It's
子
all of
と
a sudden,
話を
man.
しよう思たら、キャバクラでもいかんとこの年では難しいわ。
いつまでボサッと突っ立ってんのよ。
See how bright it is? It still shows up that it's bright on the camera. Yeah, well, it still is bright outside. Is the sun setting at this point? Still setting. Yeah, probably another hour, and maybe a bit more. It'll still be light, but less.
ルドルフが座れと命令したわ。座りなさいよ。
Ava, no one asked for your 2
私
cents.
も許可してあげるわ。
You just wanted to flex your... Man. Also, it sounds like everyone is be interesting. Everyone getting Ava's permission. After getting Ava's permission, Shannon and Cannon looked at each other and finally obeyed nervously. Man. Yo, relax. Neighbor's dogs across the street going wild again. Okay, for a while the two were pounded by questions. It became the relatives' playthings. Boom. That's off with the music. Tap tap. Another reserved knock could be heard. And who might this be? All the servants tended to knock in a similar manner, so no one noticed anything strange. However, Shannon and Cannon turned around with surprised looks on their faces. And who is this? Furuto? The servants here today included 2 of them, Genji Kumasawa and Goda. Goda had the midnight shift at the guest house. Kumasawa had gone to bed in the servants' quarters in the guest house. And they were here too, so Genji was the only person left. But they knew very well Genji wouldn't knock like that.
誰だ? 開いてるぜ。勝手に入れよ。
Who the heck is this? Rudolph didn't recognize the knock either. And when he asked who is it, everyone came to the same realization that they had no idea who would knock like that. After that, the same knock repeated just once more. Get in here, man! Could it be that someone had their hands full and was asking that the door be opened for them? So why they gotta make it eerie all of a sudden? As a slightly odd feeling began to encompass the room, the sound of large clocks in the hall could be heard. It was a sign that October 4th had ended and October 5th had begun. A short while earlier. Oh boy. Oh boy. Why they gotta say that? A short while earlier. Oh snap, what's about to go down? Cross and Natsuhi were well away from the dining hall at the deserted corridor on the 2nd floor. It got me a little goosebumps there. Man, why they have the sounds like that too?
明日一日同じ手はもはや通用しないでしょう。これ以上を渋ればエヴァさんたちはお父様を監禁しているなどと主張して警察に訴える可能性さえあります。もうこれが
As far as we could go, yep. You have to acknowledge your limits. Limitation.
バトラ君が黄金を発見するのが全く想定外でした。あれさえなければなんとかうまくやりくりできる筋書きを考えていたのですが。
私がかけるといつもこうだな。いつも想定外のことが起き、絶対確実だった話が。
Dude, you just need to stop making bets. Just stop making bets and definitely don't bet with money. Because Cross, you're bad with money.
明日の朝、
Like,
お父様の部屋
stay away
が空
from
っぽであるということにします。
oh man. Oh, but you have to go? Oh no. Well, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. We'll have Father's room be empty starting tomorrow
源
morning.
氏と口裏を合わせ、早朝に森へ出かけていくのを見たと言わせましょう。
Okay, so going with that storyline. Okay.
その思想をエヴァたちが素直に受け入れるとは思えん。
客も承知です。
Yeah, but it's something at least.
しかし、もうそれしか手がありません。
Other options, yeah.
そのようなことをすればエヴァたちは疑わしいと騒ぎ立てるだろう。エヴァたちは金をせしめるためならなりふりなど構わない。それこそおかしな雑誌とつるんで私の信用にダメージを与えてくるかもしれない。
ダメージで済むではありませんか。万一にもお父様の秘密を知られたらそれどころでは済みません。
That's like, yo, forget about that. Yo, we could be, yo, what we did, that's a crime. We were hiding a dead body.
明日一日をギリギリまで粘ってからでも遅くはない。
For how long? Like, jeez.
もしも明日を無事に乗り切ることができれば、
Man.
私たちは何も失うもの
Over
は
a
ない
year? Like,
焦って失踪という切り札を切る必要はない。
彼らがお父様を監禁していると騒ぎ立て、そこに失踪していたと返すのですか。その方がはるかに疑いを招きます。もうお父様に
yeah,
お休みいただきましょう。
yeah, she wants to get be done with this, yeah.
落ち着きたまえ。
A lot of stress.
エヴァたちの毒気を浴びすぎて冷静を失っただけだ。あの車載に入る鍵は2本しかない。そしてその2本はここに
And she has both of
君
them.
が持っている。
Yeah.
だから誰も入ることなどできん。あの扉は特別性だ。彼らが倉庫からどんな工具を持ってこようとも
Is someone eavesdropping on
せ
them?
んよ。
そういう物理的な問題ではありません。
だから焦るな。落ち着け。なんなら君は熱を出したことにして寝込んでいてくれればいい。その間に私が全て乗り切ってみせる。
あなただけに任せられます。私も最後まで
Yeah, she's like, nah, I can't leave you by yourself. Who knows what he'll do? For real, I couldn't leave Cross alone either. I don't know what he's gonna do. Can I trust him? No. Man. Wall Street bets. Oh, man. When Natsuhi could no longer hold back the tears brought on by her fierce emotions, Cross held her gently. Oh! Just how long has it been since she last felt warmth from her husband's embrace?
頭痛がひどいのだろう。
A sudden, like, sentimental
君
moment
が
with
そういう
these
シワ
two?
を眉間に浮
Like,
かべるときはいつもそうだ。
what?
あなた
She had come to think that her husband would never understand the way she felt. But when it came to times like this,
失踪という切り札は最後の最後まで待とう。殿下の報道と同じだよ。
okay, he's trying to reassure her. Okay.
抜かないうちが花だ。大事なのはいつでも抜けるという心構えではないかね。
それは分かっています。
その切り札を私に預けてくれんかね。もちろん最後の瞬間の責任は
Okay.
全て私が
He'll
取
take
る。
full responsibility? Okay.
君とジェシカは巻き込まん。
そ それはどういう意味ですか？
He'll take full responsibility. Okay.
その瓦礫に潰されるの
Dang, for
は私
real?
だけで十分だ。
Does he mean it?
台風が過ぎたら離婚届を準備し
What?
それに捺印し君に預けておく。
Ah, okay.
君の名義にしてある財産は
Oh, so dude was ready for a worst case scenario? Yo, props to Cross for
君
this?
とジェシカは不自由なく暮らせるはずだ。
嫌です。私の墓碑に刻むべき名は後宮夏日です。どうか最後の瞬間までご一緒に。
Dang.
たとえあなたが後宮家最後の当主であろうとも、夏日を最後までどうか当主夫人であなたの妻で
She talks to herself speaking of herself in third person? Cross's existence was based solely on the power of his assets and his trustworthiness as a financial fixer. If those were both undermined, nothing would remain. Using the trump card of Kinzo's disappearance would mean losing one of these two essential supports. It was like offering your right arm to save your head from being cut off. Ooh. Oh, of the arm then the head. It was probably better than losing your head, but you might die from blood loss. Yeah, true. And even on the off chance that you did survive, you would have to bear a heavy wound that wouldn't heal for the rest of your life. Cross was prepared even for death. Natsuhi understood this, buried her face in Cross's chest, and cried. Okay.
お取り込み中、失礼いたします。
Genji came in, changing the mood. Genji's voice made Natsuhi jump back and hurriedly wiped the tears from her eyes. Yo, Genji showed up on the corner, he's like, hey kids. Yo, Cross stood in front of Natsuhi, shielding her. Hey! Okay, Cross, you're showing a different side of you. Okay. You do some ridiculous stuff, man, but okay. Opinion of you is always changing.
申し訳ございませんが、奥様にご報告が。
私にですか？あなた。
構わんよ。
Cross off Natsuhi's side, went to a window a short way off, and gazed at the windy and rainy rose garden. Natsuhi went with Genji to a place a short distance away.
何事ですか？
はい。実はまた奥様にお電話。
The timing. Is that who's knocking on the door? At that moment, she was surprised by a sudden eerie sound. She hearing what we're hearing? Is she playing the game? It was the large clock in the hallway announcing midnight. Okay. Okay, that's when it went off. Okay.
またあの男なのですか？
はい。いかがいたしましょう。
Hey, you should have mentioned this to Cross, man. Natsuhi. Back then, you should have at least mentioned it to him. But I guess she also has a reason because she has that secret or something, or whatever.
お答えいただけません。奥様と直接お話ししたいと
Only with you.
一点張りでございます。
Interesting. Again, a phone call from that man who claimed to be taking revenge for what happened 19 years ago. Yep, 19 years ago. 19 years ago. That was just 1 year before Jessica and Battler were born. 1 year before they were born. In Jessica's eyes, the gap between 19 years ago and 18 years ago was immense. For a long time, she was unable to fulfill her role of creating a successor for the Ushiromiya family and was treated very coldly. I remember that too. But then she finally gave birth to Jessica, and became able to call herself the wife to the Ushiromiya successor with her head held high. So in her eyes, Ushiromiya Natsuhi began 18 years ago. That's when she started. Okay, interesting. Especially considering when she refers to herself in third person. So everything before that, including 19 years ago, contained nothing but hateful memories. The last year of that hateful period was whispering of revenge from the other end of the phone. Once again, she heard the roar of the sea. She gonna pick it up? Hang up on them! Oh, but it's gonna bother her. From the very beginning, Genji had understood that she wouldn't want Cross hearing about this phone call. That was why he had told Natsuhi covertly. Natsuhi ordered that he transfer the call, told Kinzo that she would turn in for the night, and left at a quick pace. I don't know, Natsuhi. I don't know. She returned to her room and locked the door. There's nothing particular about that. In the Ushiromiya family, hallways are like public roads. There's no special meaning in locking the door when you enter your own room. This is what she told herself. Then, as though it had been waiting for her, the telephone rang. Genji must have transferred the call. She took a deep breath, readied herself, and picked up the receiver. Mushimush. Again, it started with silence. She realized that the person at the other end was trying to keep her in suspense and make her feel uncomfortable as she got angry. Yeah, for real. Talk! Again, that unpleasant voice. Huh? Wait, hold up. I was so busy jamming to that music. Wait, what did he say? Silence. Hello. Okay. Yeah. He wants to play around. Yeah, like what? Oh, they know you well. Just the fact that he knew her headache was troubling her made a shiver run up her spine. Natsuhi forcefully yelled that she was hanging up, but in actuality she couldn't. After all, this person was choosing to call her, and that was much better than the alternative. And she shook out violently. This person might choose to call someone else. Okay. Yeah, true. He said, yo, what's your favorite season? I didn't get to know you. This dude, or person. Oh. Oh, man, the threat. Man. It was clearly a threat. It meant that if she forced him to hang up with the phone, anything might happen. Humiliating that she was forced to give in to a threat made by a man whose name she didn't even know. She gave him the answer he wanted. Hey, same. I like autumn as well. Oh, really? That's it? I like seeing the colors of the trees. I like the vibe of fall. Maybe it's my birthday's in fall. Oh, he said, hey, we got something in common. There we go. Same. It's not that funny. Yo, Nazi, why are you so mad about that? This man would no doubt have done the same thing no matter which season I said I liked. What is he after? What's so fun about making me uncomfortable like this? Oh, I can even show you proof. Oh, snap. Natsuhi, watch yourself.
時計？ええ、ありますが、それが何か。
What's your point? In Natsuhi's room, there is a beautiful antique clock with an intricate design. Cross had bought it for her as a birthday present long ago.
今は0時7分ですね。もう眠いので、茶番を早く終わら
Yes,
せな
it's
さい。
midnight. It's like I'm awake at midnight.
どうしてです？
Yeah, what? You just don't know when to shut up. Dang. I'm not taking commands from this rando. The tone of this man's voice suddenly went low, turning into a threat. Like, she has to comply because she don't know what he actually will do. It indicated clear displeasure. Outwardly, this man had a calm manner of speaking, but inside, things were completely different. If she angered this man even the slightest bit further, he would surely show his true nature right away. Dang. Anytime he wants to.
あなたが何の話をしているか知りませんが、夫や娘を巻き込まないでください。こうして私が電話を聞いていますから。
Then do what you... Yo, this dude. Once again, the man threatened me in a low voice, as though warning me never to talk to him again. My head was filled with pain from my headache, the sound of my beating heart, and the roar of the sea. I couldn't disobey him anymore. And the man had ordered. As the man had ordered, I lifted up the antique clock. There lay something that resembled a single playing card. Perhaps it was the warranty of the clock. For the clock. Thinking this, she took it off and turned it over. What we got here? What is it? Oh! Ooh, you murderer! What did she do 19 years ago? Huh? Dang. Dang, man. Got her like this. Spooked. Like. There's the medicine. That is. Huh. Natsuhi had never had anything so hateful said to her in her entire life, so she suspected many times that she must have been having some sort of bad dream. However, this definitely wasn't a dream. Definitely got her like this. Oh! They're on the island right now. Oh! Huh. Oh! Ah! Even during the typhoon, yeah, that's true, so... Who'd say he couldn't? Her blood froze. Furuta Erika had been brought here by coincidence. If he knew that name, he would have to be very close by. Man, that's actually creepy. Where the heck is he? Until you introduce me.
探しても無駄だよ。あんたの屋敷は広い。電話だってそこいら中にあるしな。あんただって俺に会いたくないだろ。それとも俺を見つけ出してみんなに紹介してくれるのか。ジェシカにも紹介してくれよ。一つ何です。
By 1 year, yeah. Huh.
やめて、ジェシカに構わないで。
怖がらせすぎたな。今夜はこれで勘弁してやるよ。だが忘れるな。あんたは俺に逆らえない。分かってるな。
Man, she got no choice but to listen because, man, she does not want them knowing about this.
今夜はこれで電話を切るが、明日の朝まで命令がある。
Dang, tomorrow morning?
何ですか。
あんたは今夜もその部屋を出てはならないし、どこにも電話をかけてはならない。電話がかかってきても取ることも許さねえぜ。そして今すぐ明かりを消し、布団をかぶって寝ろ。そしていつもの時間に起床し。健康的な生活でいいな。母さんの体をいたわるなんて。本当に俺は親。
That's more scary than she realizes. Like, man.
わかりました。
This is telling her to go to sleep right now.
電話も出ません。だから夫と娘には。
母さんが俺の命令を守る限り。
But who knows what else he might order you to do, Natsuhi? You should have told this to Cross from the start. But then again, she didn't want to know about. Dang. Man. It's like I want that to happen, but at the same time, I know she can't.
部屋の明かりが消えるかどうか、そして電話をしているかどうかさえ、俺さえもあんたの寝顔に季節。
If I wish to. Huh. What does it mean? That means he's what, in here?
約束は守ります。やめて。もうやめて。
As she screamed, Natsuhi crushed the card she had found under the clock. The card she had found under the clock into a little ball. A card. It had the pattern on it like a tarot card. Along with one single word. Autumn. Interesting. Autumn. Interesting. This person's around here, like, huh? And knowing Natsuhi's every move. Okay, we go back in time once again. We're going farther back. The large clock end of the hall was okay. So this is everything that's happening at the same time. This is striking midnight. Okay, wondering who the person who had now. Oh, my wire! My wire hit my leg. I thought it was some bug, man. Okay, so we're going back to the door knocking. Okay, so yeah, let's see who this is. Who the heck is this? Rudolph told them to come in, but there's no answer. Until the end of that long tone marking the coming of midnight, which had come from the large clock in the hall shortly after the knock, they're unable to move in the slightest. Well, that's creepy. Someone goes to the door.
Come on.
That is creepy though.
開けますか。開けなさい。
It's because Ava said I don't like it. Cannon nodded back, then slowly opened the door. What's that?
これは親父の封筒?
I thought we could skip the letters, but we can't. An envelope. Right behind the opened door on the floor of the hallway lay the envelope.
廊下には誰もいません。
Interesting. And everyone who's in this room is all the adults minus Natsuhi and Cross. No, Cross is in this room too, right?
これを
He's
置
in
い
here
て
right now?
立ち去ったのでしょうか。
No, because he's with Genji is with him. Because at the same time, Natsuhi's okay. So we know where they are. Don't people The only people who aren't in the mansion are George, Jessica, Maria, Furuto, and Goda? Yeah. And this other dude who's out here or something. Natsuhi's son. The adults flew out into the corridor as well, but they couldn't but they could find no trace of anyone who might have knocked on the door. Hey, you see it's starting to get less light on there now, finally. Barely an hour ago, Shannon and Cannon had come in to serve tea. At that time, everyone had seen that nothing lay in that spot. Someone came, knocked, left an envelope with a mark of the one-winged eagle on it, and left.
まさか、親方様でしょうか。
考えられない話じゃないわ。この屋敷で誰と呼ばれて返事をしないのはお父様くらいだもの。
Yeah, for real.
ありえないわ。ならどうしてお父様は堂々と入ってこないの？
What? Ava, what are you talking about? This is Kinzo. Oh my. Whatever. Or I guess that. Okay, I follow where she's going from. But still, yo, Kinzo don't have to go in the room if you don't want to go in the room. Okay, I see where they're going with this train of thought. Okay, valid. I don't take it back though. I'll yell at Ava if I wanted. By this point, the mansion had been completely locked up. But they have a point. Therefore, those in the guest house, the cousins Nanjo, Goda, Kumasawa, and oh yeah, Kumasawa also could not have come here. Wait, what was that? The mansion's locked? Okay, so scratch them out of there. Okay. Furthermore, since Cross, Natsuhi, and Genji were the only three who weren't in this room, one of those three had to have been the one who set that letter down in the corridor. In that case, it is very likely that Cross and the others had placed the letter there to make it seem like a message from Kinzo.
なるほどね。お父様の名を語ってバトラ君を次期当主に認めないみたいなことが書いてあるのよ。バカバカしい。
I really hope you're proved wrong on that. Sounding so confident on that.
子供騙しを。
別に俺は次期当主なんて興味ねえぞ。
諦めろ。それがお前の運命なんだよ。とにかく中身を読んでみようじゃねえか。
Yeah, read what's inside, please. Rudolph set the letter on the dining hall table and showed everyone the front and back, almost like a magician does before performing his act, to show that there are no tricks or hidden mechanisms.
この封筒は間違いなくお父様の封筒なの？
I mean, if it has the crest thingy, Bajiggy.
間違いないわ。お父様が新書に好んで使う封筒よ。どう、シャネンちゃん。
はい、私の目にも親方様が使われる封筒に見えます。
だからってお父様が書いたってことにはならないわよ。兄さんならお父様の書斎の引き出しから
Ava, be quiet. Let's read this, man. Man, come on.
容易に書斎には入れません。封筒を盗み出すのは難しいこと。
Thank you, Cannon.
開けてみようぜ。
Let's open it.
それから考えても遅くない。
For real, stop.
何か入ってる。なんだ。
I just want to know what's inside. That's why I'm mainly getting mad. Rudolph opened the envelope a bit roughly. Then a folded letter. And a glittering object fell out. Is it the thing? It was a ring! Ah! So the ring was in there. Interesting.
その指輪?
Ava noticed it immediately and grabbed it. Now what you gotta say, Ava? Now is it valid?
当主の指輪だわ。
なんやて？ほんまか？
間違いなくお父様の指輪なの？レプリカということね。
There's only one in the world.
これは本物よ。
One of a kind.
私は いつかこの指輪を自分の指に通してやるとずっと夢見てきたのよ。
Of course you dreamed about that.
お父様が指にしてた時から私は誰よりもこの指輪のことをよく知ってるわ。これはお父様の指輪よ、間違いなく。
Okay, thank you for the confirmation though, Ava. Handing off to Battler.
手紙はお父様。
What's the letter say though?
こりゃ差出人は親父じゃねえぞ。もっと面白い。
Oh.
じゃあ誰からの手紙だったの？
後ろ宮家顧問錬金術師。
Oh.
黄金の魔女
Alchemist, yep.
ベアトリーチェ様からだぜ。
Interesting, okay. We all showed everyone the part of the letter where it was written. It really did say that.
ベアトリーチェから？
Yep, Beatrice, believe.
読むぞ。
Go on, man.
Congratulations.
Aha.
バトラ様が碑文の謎を見事に解かれ黄金鏡にたどり着きましたことを。黄金はすべてバトラ様のものです。そして後ろ宮家の新しき当主もバトラ様です。
There we go.
その証として金蔵様よりお預かりしている当主の指輪をお送りします。
Huh.
どうぞバトラ様、指輪をされて新しい黄金の
Put on
主
this ring, man.
どうか後ろ宮家をお導きください。
Hey.
新しき当主のご活躍を心よりお祈りいたしております。なんてこった。親父が書斎から出てこねえもんだから森の魔女ベアトリーチェが直接バトラを認めてくれたわけだ。
He really is cracking up on this.
バトラ君、この指輪はあなたが持つの。これは当主が身につけるべき特別な指
Yo,
輪。
Ava looked like a full-on villain right here. What was that? That expression right there.
彼
Man.
女は一部始終を見届け、あなたが真の
Evil.
後継ぎだと認めてこの指輪を送ったのよ。
いいんすか？
Hey, you're the head man.
重
So
要な指輪を。
take it, man. Just take it. Don't
いいね。
like.
誇らしげに指にはめるといい。いいか、兄貴や夏日さんが外せと言っても絶対に外すんじゃねえぞ。
With creepy smiles on their faces, all the relatives urged Battler to put it on his finger. It looked like things would get pretty nasty if he refused, so Battler reluctantly decided to put it on the middle finger of his left hand. The ring was heavy and stiff. Oh, what timing for Cross to return. At that moment, Cross returned. Genji came back as well immediately afterwards.
申し訳ないね。妻は具合が悪そうだったので先に休ませてもらった。
Well, Cross, the timing.
何かあったのかい？なんだか諸君がひどく慌ただしいようだ。
バトラさん、それは。
Yo, Genji noticed. Immediately, Genji keenly spotted the thing on Battler that Battler had just put on his finger.
さすが源氏さんや。お目が高い。これが誰の指輪かわかるようやな。
Yep. He knows for a fact.
何の話だね。
From Cross's questioned look, it's very difficult to imagine that he could have been the one who sent the letter here. Furthermore, his expression quickly changed into one of shock. Ava, you're one to laugh. You're the one who was so... You were like saying, ain't no way, it was not Kinzo, he didn't send this, oh man. Now suddenly it's in your benefit, you're gonna throw it in his face now.
そうよ、後ろ宮家当主の指輪よ。
Man. The family conference took up this new topic, and the storm came once again. Oh boy. The storm once again. Okay, so now it's what? 3, 8, 6. What happened to my glass break? My glass break didn't break? Okay. This weather was supposed to continue all day tomorrow as well, which made me feel a bit depressed. Oh wait, given the time, it's today, not tomorrow. But that doesn't really matter now. I'm sleeping. A minute. How many hours, man? With half asleep eyes, I opened my umbrella. The large drops of rain pounded against it mercilessly. Technically, they had called an end to the family conference at 1 a.m., but the post-match scuffles were still dragging on. It was really jealous of Auntie Rosa, who managed to slip out of here at that time. She cleverly got away by saying that she'd check on Maria, who might have been able to stay up to... Yo, Rosa was that, hey, I have my daughter to check on. Oh, man. Hey, I'd do the same. I'm not trying to stay around. Thanks to Dad constantly involving me, I missed my chance to escape. And they made me stick around until now, 3 a.m. That sucks, man. What on earth did they spend all that time deciding? Nothing got decided at all. They just kept arguing about who said what, like elementary school kids. They must be tired too. I'm sure that's why they kept dragging on with the same pointless questions. I no longer felt any shock or anger towards them. I guess no painkillers works better than drowsiness. I left them behind and finally returned to the guest house. When I returned to the guest house, the lights were on in the lounge downstairs. Not only that, I could even hear people chatting inside. Apparently some people were still awake even at this time of night. Yo, Furuta, did she go and gossip to everyone? Oh no. Oh no. Oh. What, is Goda and Nanjo about to congratulate him? Hey, what's up? Yeah, these two are kind of cool. Despite the late hour, Goda and Dr. Nanjo were still awake and chatting. Okay, so these two are hanging out. Plates and cups were lined up on the counter, and looked almost like a bar with Goda as the bartender. Yo, bartender Goda. Yo, he'd probably do good at that too. After noticing I'd come back, it looked as though Nanjo finally realized how late it was. As Goda made a top off his glass, he declined with an exaggerated gesture. He said, oh, this old man, I've had enough. I had enough, man. Yeah, 3 a.m. and you're all still hanging out? When are you going to wake up? At like 7, 8 in the morning? That's... dang, that's not a lot of sleep. Wonder what they were talking about. That's interesting. They got me curious with that. What kind of conversation did they have? He's probably talking about his days of making food, and Andrew probably talking about his days of being a doctor. I'm pretty sure they talked about that before. Maybe. Or just life stuff. Yo, Goda, you're lucky over here, man. For real. I spoke carelessly with a big yawn. I expect her to be down here, like... Okay, respect. Yo, got mad at that though. Erica could be seen on the sofa. She had taken her shoes off and was lounging around as though she owned the place. Hey, make yourself at home. Okay, I'm going to end right here. on this calm part for now. I'm pretty sure it's about to tone shift about to happen instantaneously soon. But yeah, I'll end it right here. This episode definitely got, as Furuto would say, my little gray cells, whatever, moving and stuff. So I want to write down some stuff, go over some notes, because it got me thinking about some things. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to end it right here. I'm sweating like crazy, and there we go. It's kind of like no light over there now. But yeah, thank you for tuning in for good old Umineko as usual. Jeez, why is that so long? But yeah, we'll be back for this on on Tuesday. We'll be back for this on Tuesday. Saturday, Danganronpa streams as usual. And tomorrow I may stream something. I might stream something over on Twitch maybe. I'll let y'all know over on YouTube if I'm streaming something over there. But I'll see. I might stream a game over there. There's been a few games I want to play. So, yeah, we'll see. It's also the last day of June. I just realized that. It's the last day of June. Man. Wow, I stream. Is the plan to stream every day in July? No, I wouldn't do that. That's madness. But yeah, that's all pretty much it. So yeah, I hit y'all up beginning stream next time with some thoughts I have going on. I just want to go over stuff and write stuff down because I got me thinking about some stuff this episode. Got me thinking about some stuff. I want to check out some of the in red stuff too that I mentioned before. So yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it. Thank you for tuning in again, and yeah, that's it. Enjoy your weekend if I don't see you for any streams, and yeah, tomorrow the summer season also begins, so I'm going to have a video up for whatever is airing tomorrow. I think it's Rent a Girlfriend season 2 airing tomorrow, so I'm going to check that out, give out my first impressions of that season and whatnot, see if I continue with it or whatnot. So yeah, anyways, enjoy your weekend, your week if I don't see you, and then my arm kind of goes closer to the camera, so detailed. Okay, anyways, that's all I have to say. See y'all later. Peace and out.